Hello, everyone. Welcome to TSAM Digital. My name is Anna, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Laura Fall. She is the Financial Services Industry Lead at Appian. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you very much, Anna. Very happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. So firstly, I wanted to ask you, can you provide us with an introduction of Appian? What is low code, and how do you serve the asset management community?
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that question. So Appian is a unified platform for change. Essentially, we accelerate our customers' businesses by discovering, designing, and automating their most important processes. So the platform combines the key capabilities really needed to get work done faster. It's process mining plus workflow plus automation, all within a unified low-code platform. Appian is open architecture and enterprise grade. And the low code aspect of the platform really allows organizations to build enterprise applications fast and then to make changes quickly when the inevitable business conditions change or market conditions change. Organizations across financial services use Appian to run mission critical parts of their business. And this includes many organizations in the asset management community.
Thank you so much. And could you describe your vision of a unified customer lifecycle management, one that looks at KYC and CLM as a holistic service model?
Yeah, it's really interesting. I mean, given the current market dynamics, so regulatory pressures and regulations that keep changing, volatile and changing market conditions, thinning margins, increased competition, firms are looking at automation solutions that allow them to better manage client data, better manage KYC practices, and really the entire client lifecycle with a more holistic approach. Today's environment requires financial services firms to gain efficiencies across the whole customer lifecycle to improve the customer experience, which really everyone is looking to do, but while also mitigating risk at the same time. And KYC is a necessary piece of that lifecycle at onboarding of a customer, but then also other periodic intervals throughout the client relationship. And a low-code platform allows for this holistic approach, automating and orchestrating across the process with a faster pace of change to beat competitors to market with new functionality and support, and allowing firms to adapt quickly to an ever-evolving financial services landscape.
Brilliant. And what are some of the main pain points you know your clients are experiencing? And can you speak to how a low-code platform can help?
Yeah, it's interesting. We see a lot of the same challenges as you might expect at small asset management firms and the large banks as well. KYC processes are fairly complex and they're often a challenge for financial institutions from a number of different perspectives. I would say one of the bigger issues I hear really again and again is siloed data. Almost every organization I work with has this, at least to some degree. It's, data is hard to find. It's not readily accessible to those that need it during the process, the KYC process, which prolongs onboarding and then results in a bad customer experience and a bad employee experience as well. Aggregation of client-related data across the operational silos is a challenge. And this often results in a painful experience for institutional clients with multiple touch points in the organization, as well as duplicative requests and processes throughout the customer lifecycle. Data is often housed in legacy systems, which is a lot of the reason, for the challenge. And it's hard to access that data because these systems weren't built to allow for open sharing of data across other systems. So it can impact productivity, it can limit visibility among teams. And then it can also heighten the risk of human error. So really, a low-code solution allows you to access the relevant data that you need from multiple disparate systems and then bring required elements together in one place. You can access historical data, customer information across products and jurisdictions, using pre-built connectors and integrations that pull that data into a single view. So it's easy to make data-based informed decisions. And I should note also that allows for complete auditability, as information and reporting is easily accessible when the regulators come knocking and they're asking for that information. It's all in one place. And in fact, all the data and workflows in Appian are tracked and you have a full audit trail. So that's quite a bit about data, but I do hear that one quite a bit. I would say another challenge almost every organization has is, to some degree, is inefficient, fragmented, and manual processes. Technical architectures are typically outdated, and there's a lot of complexity. There's disjointed workflows. And as a result, organizations have inefficient ways of doing things, and they have a lot of workarounds that they've put in place. So a lot of manual tasks, emails, spreadsheets, and the like. And processes take longer than they should, which slows down the KYC process. It slows down onboarding of customers, which again creates a bad experience. And it also, of course, impacts time to revenue, which, all are not good things. But with low code, you can turn these inefficient processes into automated, seamless workflows. And you can do this for different user personas or different roles. So depending on what that person needs to do. So essentially, you're orchestrating the right data and the right workflows for the right people at the right times. And then lower value, kind of repetitive processes can be automated so that resources are able to focus on the higher value areas. Lastly, I'll mention a challenge that everyone faces in financial services, which is the evolving regulatory landscape. The burden of regulatory change management in capital markets has never been heavier. And this is the case for everyone, for all, if you're a small asset manager, and again, if you're a large global bank, regulations are certainly a big consideration. And while there's no way to avoid that, what you can do is ensure that you have the tools in place that provide the flexibility, the agility that's necessary to adapt to changes quickly and adapt with minimal disruption or added risk to the business.
Sounds like a really fascinating landscape you're navigating right now. Thank you so much. Lastly, just wanted to ask, can you provide some final remarks on why low code is a no-brainer for CLM to manage data and system integrations?
Yeah, managing the customer lifecycle and the know your customer process, it's fairly complex. And as we've talked about, there are some pretty significant challenges that financial institutions face. And firms are really looking to modernize. They're looking to bring efficiencies to their client-facing activities in particular. So a low-code platform like Appian provides organizations with the critical tooling to gain significant operational efficiencies, to improve interactions with customers, and to mitigate risk. Another advantage really with low-code is that business and IT collaborate much more closely and more easily. And so low-code can enable really truly transformational business outcomes. Firms gain competitive advantage by being able to introduce new products more quickly to market, and they have the agility to respond quickly to evolving client and market and regulatory requirements. And importantly, firms gain a much higher level of control and operational resilience.
Thank you very much, Laura, for being with us today. And thank you for the ongoing thought leadership collaboration between Appian and TSAM. And we look forward to partnering up in the future again.